Here's a wild idea for you. What if the best way to save a parent was to first save their child? It's a pretty radical thought, right? Well, today we're talking about the incredible story of Bartolo Longo, a man from the 1800s whose answer to that very question is about to make him a saint.
So let's jump ahead to right now. In 2025, the Catholic Church is set to name a new saint. Now, you got to understand, this is a huge deal. It's a rare and profound honor, and the whole process often takes more than 100 years to complete. And the name being officially recognized is Bartolo Longo. But his story, well, it doesn't start with us. It starts way back in the 19th century. So, who was this guy, and what on earth did he do to earn one of the highest honors in the entire Catholic faith?
But this guy, he was once a self-proclaimed satanic priest. I know, it sounds completely made up, but the story of Bartolo Longo is one of the most radical, unbelievable transformations you will ever hear.
And that's the heart of it, isn't it? How on earth does that happen? How does someone go from being a satanic priest to a Catholic saint? It's a story that completely challenges our ideas about redemption and what it really means to be saved.
To really get his legacy, you have to hold these two completely opposite images in your head at the same time. On one side, you've got a man so deep in the occult, he called himself a priest of Satan. And on the other, the man he would become, the apostle of the Rosary, the founder of a city built on faith, and a future saint. It's a journey from just profound darkness into this incredible, brilliant light.
Now, you might be thinking, someone who went that far into darkness must have started there, right? But that wasn't the case for Longo at all. Actually, it was the complete opposite. He was a promising, intelligent young man whose path just took a very sharp, very dangerous turn.
Okay, so here's how it all went down. He was born in Italy in 1841, set for a successful career in law. But at university, he got swept up in all these anti-church ideas that were popular at the time. You know, things like positivism and rationalism. This curiosity led him to explore spiritualism. But for him, it wasn't just some intellectual hobby. Nope. By 1864, he had gone all in, taking part in occult rituals and eventually even taking on the role of a satanic priest.
But even in his absolute darkest moments, there was this one single thread from his past that remained, and it would end up being his lifeline, pulling him back to the light.
And here's the part that is just so fascinating. Even as he's rejecting the church and diving headfirst into the occult, he never completely gave up one single habit from his childhood, saying the rosary every day. It seems so small, but one archivist called it the small door through which his salvation would eventually come.
This quote right here really captures that dramatic turning point. It was May 29th, exactly 1 year to the day after he fully embraced spiritualism. And on that anniversary, he felt this profound moment of grace. He saw it as a direct intervention, a triumph of good over the very darkness he had chosen for himself.
So this wasn't just him quietly coming back to faith. It was a call to a specific, life-altering mission. In 1872, he heard what he called a divine whisper in his heart, which gave him a brand new purpose: to spread devotion to the Rosary. From that moment on, his entire life had a new direction.
And Longo took this new mission and just ran with it. He didn't just transform his own life, he was about to go and transform an entire region. He ended up in Pompeii, a region mostly known for, the ancient Roman ruins buried by Mount Vesuvius. He made a vow not to leave the desolate area until he had established a devotion there. But what started as a spiritual goal quickly grew into something way bigger and way more practical.
He didn't just build a shrine, he built a city. I mean, really think about that. He brought modern infrastructure, a train station, running water, postal and telegraph services to what was basically a desolate wasteland. He wasn't just building a monument, he was building a living, breathing, thriving community right from the ground up.
And what's so important to remember here is that he did all of this as a layperson. He wasn't a priest, he wasn't a monk. He and his wife, Countess Mariana de Fusco, managed all of the charitable works together. Their life became this powerful example that this kind of holiness isn't just for the clergy,
It can happen in ordinary, everyday life. His commitment to the most vulnerable was just incredible, and it went on for decades. He founded an orphanage for girls, sure, but then he did something truly remarkable for the time. He created an institute for the sons of prisoners, and later on one for their daughters. He was taking care of the children that society had completely forgotten.
So, what's the lasting impact of this incredible life? And why does his canonization, making him a saint, matter right now?
This is what connects Longo's work in the 19th century directly to the Church's biggest priorities today. An archbishop described the shrine he built using a term made famous by Pope Francis, a field hospital for the poor. It just shows that Longo's vision was truly ahead of its time. This powerful quote from Pope Benedict XVI just perfectly sums up the miracle of Pompeii. Longo literally took a place of ruin, both ancient and modern, and turned it into a spiritual and social oasis. Where there was ash, he sowed life. The timing for his sainthood is so meaningful. It's happening during a Jubilee year, which is a time specifically focused on forgiveness. It's the perfect way to emphasize the central message of Longo's life, that no one is beyond hope and that total forgiveness is always possible. He wasn't born a saint, he became one.
And that leaves us with this final thought. In a world where it's so easy to feel trapped by our pasts, the story of Bartolo Longo is this powerful reminder that we are not defined by our worst mistakes. It's a testament to our incredible capacity for profound and total change.